In this video, we will show you a Band 8 plus cue card answer and we'll show how you can answer such questions like a pro. Hi all, this is Kritika Krishna and welcome back to Leverage IELTS, brought to you by Leverage Edu, your trusted study abroad expert. All the important linking words, phrases and idioms will be shown on screen. And in the end, I'll explain each and every part of the answer so you can dive deep into the answer and understand all the major and minor points. Here we have our cue card question. Describe someone who has had an important influence on your life. You should say who the person is, how long have you known him or her, what qualities this person has. Explain why they have had such an influence on you. Let's answer this. I'm going to tell you about someone who has influenced my life in an important way. This person is actually my father. I'm 20 years old, so of course I've known him for that long. We live together along with my mother, my older brother and younger sister. One of his best qualities is that he's got a lot of drive and is ambitious, which means that he's achieved a lot in his life. He started out working for a building company, but he took it on himself to get professionally qualified. In the evening, he started taking classes to qualify as a surveyor. This took him many years, but eventually he got there and started working for the same company as one of their surveyors. He did really well as he eventually became a senior partner in the business. And then, just a few years ago, he set up his own business with one of the other partners. So now he has his own company and they employ about 15 other people. So I'm really proud of what he did with this. But he's also very humble, another great quality. Even though he's achieved so much, he doesn't brag or boast about anything. He's also quite laid back and doesn't stress too much about life. But one of the main reasons he has had such an influence on me is the way he helps others. There's obviously a lot of poverty in India, and he always does his best to put something back into society. He donates to a number of charities and sometimes helps out at the weekends with a homeless charity in town. It's this that led me to get involved in charity work myself, and for the past few years, I have worked for an organization that looks after orphan children. I'm doing IELTS actually because I want to do a degree in international development, so I can learn more about the development processes in developing countries, and I'd like to work abroad, maybe for an NGO. I'm not sure yet where I'll go, but I'm looking at a few places in London as that's my first choice, but I'll just be really happy to get in somewhere. I know that my dad will be really proud of me if I do, as he wants to see me get a secure job and he would love it if it's connected to something where I am helping other people. So it's my dad who has influenced me, and the main reason is his charity work. Here, you saw an answer which can get you 8+ in the speaking module. Now we will break it down into pieces so you can understand every bit of it and how I made the whole structure so organized, used a wide range of words, used linking words to combine the sentences and addressed all questions asked. So when you get a cue card in IELTS Speaking Part 2, you also get a minute to think about the things you want to talk about, or we can say to roughly think and organize your ideas. Trust me, this 1 minute can really help you in achieving a good answer if you use it properly, and that is exactly what I will teach you to do. The moment the IELTS examiner says, your 1 minute starts now, many applicants begin writing. The person I'm going to talk about today is my friend. Her name is Anya. I've known her for 7 years. The IELTS examiner then requests that you begin speaking immediately. The candidate's face takes on a panicked look as he realizes he's running out of things to say and simply starts reading what he has written, and 10 seconds later, silence and panic. In contrast, here in that 1 minute, I recalled multiple memories I had about my father and jotted down all the main events, such as my father being an employee, working part-time, then the journey of being a surveyor, then a partner to a self-employed man, inculcated his qualities, then I very smoothly jumped on to telling my dreams and goals. So the lesson here is, in that 1 minute, the first thing you would choose is what it is that you are going to talk about. Here it was my father. It could be my brother, my mentor, my mother, or anyone related to me. Now you will always have plenty of options to talk about. So the safest option to choose is जो सबसे पहले दिमाग में आए और जिस पर हमारे पास बोलने के लिए content हो. Then we move on to organizing the ideas we have. We don't need to write everything. Here we will jot down just the main events in a flow, not at all write full sentences. Answer all WH questions: who, what, where, when, why, how. Also write them in a way that if you get stuck somewhere while answering the questions, you can take a look at the paper and can read the points you have written. Don't write the whole question or write the entire answer that you want to convey. In fact, that would be a poor use of prep time. Let's study the structure of this answer. So here in 5 to 6 sentences, I told who the person is and for how long I have known him. Here we can also see when I'm talking about his qualities by using words like ambitious, qualified, humble, and donates. Instead, if I had used limited expressions such as my father is fun, joyful, sweet, would they have given me a better score? Not at all. The right words go a long way only when they make any sense. तो कैसे qualities बतानी हैं with all the experiences my father has had makes my story more meaningful and sensible, right? So here I use topic-specific vocabulary, which is essential to score well. That is why it is very important that you choose the right words to say your story so that they complement everything. Coming back to the answer, I talked about my father's journey and then combined it with the qualities he has. And see how I moved from my father to myself without disturbing the flow of the story, which makes it important that your thoughts should be very much organized. But if you leave the examiner without a proper flow, even you won't understand your story. Part 2 is always very tricky. If you do not understand the value of time, you really need to use that 1 minute and organize everything. What you can do is take a cue card as this video ends and try to inculcate these points I've told you and try answering that. Once you do it yourself, you'll better understand all the tips and how to follow them efficiently. This is all for today's video. I'll see you all soon in the next video. Till then, stay tuned for more content and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to make sure you're notified of all upcoming videos.